Hi everyone, this is Jason Germino. I am here with Mark Smart. He is the lead artist, correct? Lead
That's
artist
correct, yeah.
of 2 Point Hospital. I've actually just had some good time with the game, and I am about ready to dive in with him. We're going to talk about the game a little bit in this direction. So lead artist, does that give you like a team underneath of you? Like how does that work out?
Yeah, so
for a
lead
game like
artist, sort of art director type role. But we have a very small team.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean it's three of us.
Just three doing
Yeah,
all the art for all
Yeah,
the game?
well, it's actually four
Okay.
as well.
Oh,
'Cause
four, okay.
we've got four because we've got Gary doing a lot of the GUI as
Okay.
well. So, but we are an incredibly small team.
Yeah, I mean, just playing the game for I don't know, probably about an hour now. It's been really awesome. The artwork has been cool.
Well, thank you very much.
The style of it really fits kind of the humor and the game you kind of expect it is really great. With that, where with a small team like that, how hard is it to work together to get something like that? You have to just assign people different jobs to do. And what is the hardest part of the whole game? Like, is it creating characters? Is it creating the map and feel of itself? Or what's the hardest idea?
I think there's different challenges to each portion of the art, whether it be characters, environment, prop work. Probably the hardest part is establishing the initial look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've gone for this sort of quite clean,
Mm-hmm.
chunky, but still sort of quite soft looking.
Yeah.
Like version. The animation obviously has a huge impact on the way those characters are presented and
Mm-hmm.
the way the machines work. When you look at an individual character, you'll see sort of the animation layered onto them. They'll perform stuff when they're idling. They'll just surprise you, because if you follow a character around, you'll see them do something that expresses how they're feeling,
Yeah.
or the trait that they've got. So, but actually managing the team, it's a joy, because there's only a few of you. You don't have long meetings. You don't have.
Yeah, there's only three or four people.
You don't write long documents.
Yeah.
Detailing the style. We're kind of experienced enough to know
Mm-hmm.
we can look at something and interpret it in that way. So.
Okay, so speaking of experience, how much experience does your team have? Like, I know 2 Point Hospital in general just has like a lot of bullfrog experience and such. Does your team fairly experienced, or a lot of newer people to kind of the realm of gaming art and stuff, or all around?
So the in-game art, if we take away the GUI at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
the in-game art, we've got one chap that I worked with previously who's
Mm-hmm.
pretty very incredibly experienced, and they've got me, and we've got a university graduate.
Oh,
Who
okay.
came in, so he's sort of very fresh-faced, very keen.
Yeah, agreeing to the old.
Yeah, but he's kind of picked it up, and he's done fantastic work. I think it's a joy to sort of work with a team like that, because you've got the experience and you've got the sort of raw enthusiasm of another member of staff. So
That makes sense.
I mean, we're kind of quite a flat organisation as well. Though I'm sort of lead, I'm not the boss.
You're not a dictator, you're not throwing people around.
I hope I don't come across like that.
So for you personally, what would be your favorite part of development on art style? Is it like the beginning process where you're trying to find that theme, you're trying to find that artwork, or is it towards like the end where you're starting to see everything come together, everyone's work kind of paying off? Like, what's your favorite part of it?
I think it's the point of creation when you've nailed that, you've nailed that style, and then anything new that you create, you mould into that style. So whatever it might be. It might be a filing cabinet, you know.
Yeah,
it's
like, yes!
it might be
Toilets!
A toilets,
Yeah.
but they, you know, that's a great example. So once you've established that style, it's moulding everything into that style. It kind of, you know, there's a lot more interesting stuff than
Yeah, but
toilets.
what would...
Yeah, like the machines and stuff like that. You've still got that. You've still got that style to sort of superimpose onto anything that you're making.
What would be what was the first thing that was created where you're like, this is it, let's start going from here? Like, what would be the first, you remember the first piece of the whole puzzle?
It was 3 pieces.
Okay.
That was a desk.
Okay.
It was a desk, the desk chair, and a ward bed.
Okay.
Yeah, they were the things that we started with,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the 4th thing was a filing cabinet.
You finally got, was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like is it the colors or what was it, like just the style, the shape?
It's the shape.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the shape. Everything's sort of slightly tapered
Mhm.
towards thing, but it's still everything's. There's no real hard edges on anything. Everything's
Yes.
got a very slight bevel on it. It's all to appear quite soft. Then the next thing was trying to find out the silhouette of our characters,
Mhm.
how they read from distance. So we went through several iterations of character shape. So some would have very chunky bodies, smaller heads,
Mhm.
smaller arms and legs. Another version had what was considerably larger head,
Yeah.
and sort of tapered away to these smaller legs. And for whatever reason, a lot of those didn't work. But you're only sort of working them up in
Mhm.
a very sort of basic form. And then we arrived at where we got to really, and went, that's the one.
What is your favorite part about trying to create the characters? Is it like, do you have like your own backstories while you're building them, or do you like sit at a coffee shop for a couple hours and like, you're kind of an interesting shape, I'm gonna maybe take a note, like do you pick apart stuff like that, or how do you get the inspiration for different people?
Well, interestingly, that they're all modular, so
Okay.
all the characters it's kind of a sum of their parts, really.
Okay.
They're all
Okay.
sort of put together, and we have sort of masks that lay over things. So we've got
Okay.
things like the doctors, the staff members, nurses, and then the patients, and hopefully you won't see 2 patients that look alike in a very busy hospital.
Yeah.
Because that's it's quite challenging, really. We had to sort of modularise everything.
Yeah, you kind of lose that feel if everything looks exactly the same. Yeah. That makes sense. With so going further, what was like one of the most like awesome moments your team had? Like where was the point where you all just started giving each other like high fives, like this is the coolest thing we've done so far in the project? Like did you guys have a moment like that when you were working?
I think we did once we started to flesh out the levels and the way that the surrounding areas looked,
Mhm.
and we had the sort of all the internals of the hospital, and that was kind of taken care of.
Mhm.
But once the artist had worked on the exteriors of that hospital, and there was definitely a point where we just looked and went, this is going to work.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, this is going to work. And, because the art team grew from just me,
Yeah.
to 2 others, and subsequently Gary on the GUI, and
Mhm.
it was a sort of slow process. But then once it all clicked in, we were sort of motoring along. We were getting stuff done, and
Yeah.
the worry wasn't there. And it was just enjoyment, really.
It's always a good part when you
Yeah,
when you hit that in a project. You get to that point where like, all right, now we're getting fun. Now it's
Yeah.
not so much to grind anymore. You're getting to that point. With I'm assuming that you enjoy playing games. I mean, you've been doing this for a little while.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long while.
Okay.
I'm 25 years here.
Okay. Did you have any hands in the Theme Hospital, or did you play it at all? Is that a game that you enjoyed?
I played it.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually work for Bullfrog. I worked for Mucky Foot, so that's where I met Gary and Chris actually. Chris was at Mucky Foot as well, so he's our lead animator, and he sits next to me again. So all those years back from Startopia, what we worked on, we're back working together again.
See, I'm sorry. I really enjoy like the feel kind of is a similar feel, but much upgraded, and it's deeper. It's much deeper than I kind of really expected when I first started touching it. As a fan, does the art team ever have any inspiration in how the game is created? Like, this would be a real funny like illness, or like when you guys are sketching stuff out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
we've been involved. We've been involved all the way along.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. No. We have our designers, obviously, but everyone has had an input. We're a small studio. There's 16 of us now. That's the biggest we've been.
Yeah.
So as we've gone along, we've all had input into the way the game is put together. It's an I wouldn't say old-fashioned, but it's the old school way of making games. Not everyone's. We've all got input.
Yeah.
Nobody's segregated off. Everyone's opinion is listened to.
Yeah, especially with a smaller team, 16, 17 people. I mean, you can almost fit everyone in the same room. Some's going to cross-pollinate somewhere. It's going to go.
No, absolutely. It's been a joy working in a small studio like that with fresh faces but a lot of experience as well. It's been so different from working for where you'd have a development team of about 250.
Yeah.
And like myself, I worked over sort of 25 artists, and your job basically is just looking over their work all day, and feeding back on it. Whereas now, there's no hiding place. You create the stuff, you create the assets. We're working with a very small team, and you're fully involved. You're fully immersed in making games again. And that's one of the sort of ethoses of Viewpoint Studios. We want to be back in that, fully making games and enjoying making games, and making games sort of on our terms. It's really refreshing. Really refreshing.
Who's it's probably a collective idea, but whose idea was it to make the Rockstar illness look like Freddie Mercury a little bit? Because I saw that the first time and I lost. That was so. It's not Freddie Mercury, but it has the features which just
well, it could be Freddie Mercury.
It could be, but the mustache, the big teeth, and the nice jacket. It was quite awesome.
It's. I think it just shows the flexibility of like what we can do with the characters, because it's very much that sort of like familiar with vinyl pop, or even Lego, for instance. The Lego figures, you can dress them up as anything. You kind of get it. Fundamentally, they're the same thing underneath.
Exactly.
But I think it. Yeah, I think it's a collection of.
Collection,
I
mean, being a UK based studio,
we came up with just let's do that. Let's make our monster.
Let's play with it a little bit. Let's see. Once you don't get into that likeness thing. So from here on out, like your career wise, is this 2 Point Hospital the only thing you're working on right now, or are you have other projects?
It's the only thing we're working on.
Yes. Do you have any other plans? I mean, obviously you probably want to stay with 2 Point, kind of the way everything's going, the way you've been talking. Are you excited to see the future for the studio? Because I mean, the studio is still new, right? I mean, it's only
it's not even. It'll be 2 at the end of this month.
So it's not even 2 years old.
At the end of the month.
So at the end of the month, and the game comes out soon. 2 Point Hospital is going to come out in 2018. So I'm excited to see where you guys go with it.
We're excited about it because this is the thing that we've crafted. We've loved working on it. We've just enjoyed working on it, and we just hope that comes through to the people that buy it. We really want we really want them to to love it as much as we've enjoyed making it.
I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that. I mean, I've been kind of hang out with a lot of retro crew a little bit.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will get into. They still play the Team Hospital. I'm like, you guys should check this game out. Like, just send a couple links across, and they're like, they're making this is happening again. I'm like, yeah, get ready for it. So I think you guys are gonna hit the spot. But
Thank you very much.
Mark, I thank you for your time. It's been much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll keep in touch.
Thank you.